I absolutely love Moonglow's beautiful jewelry. Visit their website at moonglow.com. Hello, Fabulous Leo. Welcome to your horoscope for the month of January 2014, General Focus. I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah. Thank you for being here. I'm going to advise you right off the bat to make the best of use of this month, because it is this month that's going to ask you to get right with your days and to get right with yourself in the privacy of your own mind and your own psyche. Once we get you to next month, the energy is really going to shift. It's going to become much more about you. It's going to become much more about love, but you'll start tasting that change by the time we get you to the very end of this month. So I can cover it a little bit, especially where it comes to the love-focused horoscope, but for now, I will say that when I consider the fact that next month there's a full moon in your sign, and right at the end of this month there is a new moon in your opposite sign, it does suggest to me that really the most important transitions are just a little bit further down the road. But the transitions that happen now are no less important. And I think they're going to be important for all of us in our own ways, because the sky is doing some very interesting things. Yet, when I look at it for you, I think really where most of your power is going to be is really getting right with your days, looking at how you are actually living. How are you going about the business of utilizing your days, the day-to-day business of going to work? What's your workplace like? Is your workplace working for you? Is it an environment in which you feel that you have that right balance of being challenged, but also feeling like there is support there as well for you? I do think that you are right now in a process of adjustment, but that adjustment is going to be triggered further, really, as we start the month, because there are set to be some changes in your workplace in particular that are going to inspire you to really take honest stock about where you are, where it comes to your workplace, your work environment, if it's working for you or not, what your work habits are, and if they support your eventual success. Also, what I do see at the start of the month, for those of you who have resolutions that are more health-based, I do think that the motivation is especially there and is especially strong. And there is very much this feeling of starting a new chapter or turning over a new leaf where it comes to at least one important change where it comes to your health. And so do embrace that. For those of you who are interested in joining a gym, I think that that could be a really interesting choice for you. I do think that the chances of you having some sort of flirtations and crushes in the gym is very possible as well. And so that's part of the fun. If that's part of what keeps you going, then I think that that's wonderful, because it does look like you are interested in really developing some habits that affirm a higher type of respect and a form of self-love towards yourself, the type of self-love that shows you that you are worthy of your own care and your own attention a little bit at a time every single day. And so whatever supports that, I support for you as well. I support your strength and your longevity. Having said that, I do think that while there is all this focus on health and habits and workplace, really daily living, the places that you frequent as well, by the time we get you towards the middle of the month, the energy turns very much inward, and you really need this time, because this is the time that's really going to ask you to consider how you've been spending the last half year and how you want to spend this coming next 6 months. As I spoke of in the 2014 horoscopes, in the middle of the year, you start really a fresh new cycle. A lot of things are set to change for you once we get you into the summer. And I do think that this is an important checkpoint for you happening this month, because this is the month when you're saying to yourself, really, how have I been utilizing the last 6 months, and how do I want to go forward from here? Your dreams are going to be especially active, so make sure you're keeping a dream journal as well. And all of this, part of you sort of releasing on a level of psyche, releasing in the dream space as well, is going to be really important, because there are new starts coming up for you next month, as I already mentioned, with that new moon happening in your opposite sign by the time we get you to the very end of this month. the full moon happening in your sign next month. And when I consider that, this really is the time for you to allow whatever release needs to happen on levels of energy, on levels of psyche, allow that to come forward, because there are fresh starts that you're going to be making a little bit further down the road, and even bigger fresh starts that you're making even further down the road in this year. And so this time, really, while it is quiet in some respects, by the time we get you to the middle of it, it is incredibly valuable, because this is when you're preparing yourself on levels of energy, on a cellular level, for what's bigger, for what's coming up ahead. This is when you are really preparing the groundwork of your heart and the level of mind to who it is that you most desire to be, what it is that you need to experience greater happiness. And this is where you're facing some very brave truths about yourself. Allow them to come forward as part of your healing. And if you trust that process, then you're going to find yourself set up very nicely for some bold changes ahead. Visit our fabulous sponsor at moonglow.com. Thank you for watching. It'll be a great month. Be fabulous and enjoy.